whatever. So I'm just going to do another research here and see if I can pick up my cell phone.
Oh yeah, right. You got yourself.
And why isn't that working?
So what did you get in Dayton?
I picked up a 991.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Well, it's because we're going
That's
to...
the one with the C4 FM in it? It's just confusion. C4 FM is just a modulation scheme.
Well, there it is.
Okay. All right, so a couple of things. This is the DV dongle, as you see here. You plug it in and it creates a bit of a green light. You can follow along on the that. So you plug that in, and basically you go to, let me just get out of here. There's a program that you can download. It's called DV.
It's right there.
Oh, where did I miss it?
It just passed.
Down.
Down one.
There we go. Okay, and you're a port C. You connect to the gateway, and bang, what happens? You'll notice all the lights start flickering on here. Okay, so now you turn your handheld, and you're saying there's no connectivity to SNR in here?
In this building, no.
Okay, we'll see if we can make some noise on it anyway.
It's too much metal in this building.
Okay.
What frequency are you going on the handle?
I'm sorry?
What frequency are you going
I'm going on your VA3 SNR C 145-210. So if I'm sitting anywhere with this, I go down here to the push to talk, now transmit, and I'm not seeing anything happening on here. But it's telling me I'm transmitting V3 AAJB with the inboard microphone over VA3 SNR port C. Let go, and that way. So I'll see if I'll disconnect from this, and let's go to a reflector. 1 Charlie, REF. 1 Charlie is very popular. So we'll go here, connect to the gateway. Where are we? Oh. All right.
Oh yeah, analog's not gonna work, but the other one, okay. They were gonna try to do ICOM and fusion simultaneous. Well, I'd like to see that. First, I think they all need to go to the one protocol. There's still more radios, but oh well.
So what happens is,
we just got our system back up.
so it's just turned this laptop. You see the guy's name come across with my call when they transmit.
Yeah, sounds good.
W1KV is transmitting. He's operating an ID31. His year call is CQCQ, and he's operating off the W1KV through the Reflector 1 system. Come on, transmit.
Oh yeah, well, he'll grab it there. Name, here's James.
If you don't have a good internet connection, you'll see the bit errors in the corner. 0 out of 4 is perfect. If that number starts to rise, then you may get some R2D2.
I said we kind of been off the air for the past 2 months on the RF side. We had a mile or two.
So, and you'll notice that the lights are flashing on this, so that shows that this is operating. And so this little device turns your laptop or your desktop, and you can use a boom head microphone with it, and that way with it. So there's that option, okay, and you can disconnect that. The next option is the DV4 Mini. Now the nice thing about DV4 Mini is that it's just like a little jump drive with a little antenna on it. All right, this is about $100 to purchase, not all that expensive. So it plugs into your radio. You'll notice there's a blue light that flashes with it. You bring over and turn on your DSTAR radio, set up a simplex frequency. I've chosen 43600. Where are we here? There we go. Okay, turn up the volume. So I'm on my handheld here, and I go to the DV4 Mini program. It comes up, and basically it gives you DSTAR, C4FM, DMR, and P25. Now it's starting to connect. There, we just connected. So here's reflector 001 Charlie, and I'm going to connect to that. Now what I can do with this little device on my laptop, I can walk about length of a football field, 100 yards away from this laptop, and now talk fully into the network system with this. And you can see the person coming through over in the square there, W1KV. It will show you also if he has a picture on QRZ. There's the guy right there. Maybe hit the lights. Maybe you could hit the lights for a second and.
Worked a lot of those 5100s. Very popular radio. EV9LUK, W1KV. I own 3 of the 5100s, bought out of those. No, it was actually
so this gives you the portability of like a small, you don't need a repeater up on a hill. If you're at a location, as long as you've got internet connection, you can run this and go down. Now that porta thing does the exact same thing that this does, except without the laptop. The DV4 Mini is basically built into that with a Raspberry Pi and a screen that shows this type of screen on it with it, and its portability with it. So now let's say I'm sick and tired of DSTAR, so I disconnect from DSTAR, and it should give me my call sign. Maybe not. Okay, so now I go to my System Fusion radio, and I go to again okay, go into digital mode on that, and now I go over to here to C4FM. And now I'm going to go to, they have 3 reflectors there, and you think, well, that's not very many, but they've got 100 channels per reflector. So I'm going to see if my buddy's on that I talk to all the time. He's on channel 70. Okay, so go here, and now I can see the call signs that are here, and there he is there, KC8YQL. Talk to him. He checks into the CAN net all the time, so I'm going to give him a call and see if he's around. So let's connect, make sure we're connected. Connected to. Connect. It says connect on here. KC8YQL. KC8YQL, the 3AJB calling you around this evening, Bill.
The VE3KNI in the bottom right now.
V3KNI. That's probably the last person that transmitted
Okay.
on the system.
VE3AJB, we are here, Alan, but we're actually checked into 2 other, so it's kind of busy right now. If you need a fusion demonstration, I am available for a couple minutes. KC8YQL.
Now this is the System Fusion digital signal. Yeah, okay, very good, Bill. I'm not going to hold you very long. I'm just showing the fellas how the C4FM works here off the computer. We've got about 20 or so amateurs in front of me. We're in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, across the border from Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, with the Algoma Radio Club, and just doing a demonstration on how C4FM works through the DV4 Mini. So back to you there, Bill, and good to hear you tonight. Come on back. Now, if Bill's picture's on here.
Well, just an FYI, we got Sheriff Fusion right
Oh, he's
here
got his
on the
car.
West Coast. They might want to give you a fusion demonstration for your group tonight. And we got Bill from Kingsland, Georgia, over on the East Coast that linked up. And for the first time tonight, Alan, I took the Fusion Network mobile. And I was enjoying talking to Andy and Bobby and Craig and all the guys on the West Coast. It said on my GPS driving down the road on my Fusion radio, it was like 1,911 miles from me. So I really enjoyed using Fusion in the mobile tonight. It worked quite well.
So the red band means you're transmitting. If you notice, the red light is on the DV4 Mini. When it receives, it'll turn blue.
And keep up the good work, because we got to introduce all these guys to all the cool ham radio products we got at our disposal today. VE3AJB from Little Current, probably out in Little Current now. KC8YQL, this is Bill, and I'm in Northwest Ohio, about 60 miles southwest of Toledo, Ohio. Back to you, Alan. I gotta catch my net. They're ready to call me in next.
Okay, very good indeed. And I'll just show the people when I'm transmitting, it turns green. So it shows me that I'm transmitting through the system. Okay, very good, Bill. We'll let you run. Thank you very much for coming back and letting the gang here know about C4FM. And no, I'm not in Little Current. I'm in Sault Ste. Marie. I'm about 150 miles west of Little Current. So I'm in another community visiting an amateur group up here. 73, Bill. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. KC8YQL. The 3AJB Portable 73. Okay, must be gone. Yeah, he's on there all the time. But anyway,
I'll do a quick shout out from Southern California, or the Southern.
so you notice how his picture changed. So this is the guy, ND6.
We have a good south swell coming in. I'm gonna grab my daughter and our board, and we're gonna go surf. So
This is the
cool to hear
narrow.
everybody checking in from all over the place. So just thought it would be a little shout out to Canada there from Dana, right now,
very
Dana
much
Point,
like
California.
DSTAR.
So take care,
I
everybody.
guess the
Yeah.
wide is really good.
Oh, the wide is really good. This format uses narrow. Okay, ND6C V3AJB returning. Well, thank you very much for coming back to the call, and greetings from California, or down to California from Canada tonight. We're just at an amateur radio meeting and demonstrating the DV4 Mini. So do appreciate you coming back to the call, and have yourself a great evening, and hope the weather's great in California there. ND6C V3AJB, name here is Allan 73. And then when it turns red, he'll transmit if he's coming back. Oh, there it goes.
Actually, Alan, I'm going to give you a quick shout out too from Walnut, California. His name is Andy, November Delta 6 Charlie. The gentleman you just talked to a minute ago, that's Bobby, KD6IOW. He is actually coming through my bridge on the DV4, so he's mobile with the DV4. And the call sign that you see popping up, if you look at it carefully, it should say ND6C-G, which is a gateway to the Wires X room. Over.
Okay, very good indeed, Andy. Well, thank you very much for explaining that. Of course, we saw the QRZ picture. If that's your motorcycle, it looks pretty cool. So, very good. I didn't look closely at the other area, but thanks very much for coming back. You're sounding great, and appreciate you coming back on System Fusion this evening. 73, and enjoy the weekend coming up. V3AJB, Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada. Off and clear. Take care. I mean, you could be on here all night if you let them, you know, you... Oh, there's...
Oh, yeah, you know, I have to say hello to you. DSTAR W1KFR from Kingsland, Georgia.
Digital radio makes the world very small, and I talk to these guys all the
You never
time.
know who you're going to find on any different modes. So I just wanted to jump in and say hello, Alan.
He's very popular on the CanNet, so...
Let me jump in real quick. Alan, 73, and welcome to SoCal. You're welcome back anytime. Please, yeah, jump back, connect up, and pleasure making your acquaintance. So, hey, you have a great evening and a great weekend that's coming up. So, 73, take care. ND6, Charlie, and bye, Bill. Gotta go.
Okay, very good indeed. Thanks again, Andy. Pleasure to make your acquaintance and hope to chat with you soon. Bill, nice to hear you, W1KFR. Hopefully you don't have to go to bed early tonight. Anyway, we'll listen for you on the CanNet in future. And thanks for coming back on System Fusion. Sounding great. 7-3, and take care and enjoy the weekend in Georgia there. V3AJB now going clear, gentlemen. I've got 20, 30 people in front of me that I got to get back to. 73, V3AJB clear. So that just shows you how, you know, the system works a little bit. And
If you're still here, I apologize, man. I needed to solve a problem with daughter number 2. So, anyways, situation under control. W1KFR, good evening.
Now, is that a special DMR ID there that you have?
Hey, cuz, no need to apologize, man. I fully understand, you know.
the DPMR,
Everybody has a life.
is that the one?
Personal settings.
Yes.
Right under that says DMR ID.
Yes. So when you get a DV4 Mini, you have to go to the DMR site and register your call sign on that.
Oh, okay.
And what it does is it gives you what they call a DMR CCS7 ID number, which mine is 302 23431, which is to me. So any system that I get on, as soon as I punch my number in, my call sign comes up, my QTH locator, which they have special locators for the DMR system, so the JO55AA when I'm on there. Nice thing about this item too, I can see the call signs that are connected to this channel. If you notice, here's my call sign right here, and the other stations that were connected tonight. If you go to a different you know, channel, like there's 3 reflectors. If I go to 1.6 here and disconnect and then connect to this one, there's a bunch there that you get to know what channels and reflectors are busy. So there's all these people on here, a lot of Canadians that come on here. Here's V3TWT, V3KNI that are on here.
Now,
And
all these are individual people on there.
that's right, they're on the reflector. Yeah, where if you're on a DSTAR reflector, you never know unless you go to the dashboards or that with it, right? So I mean, are you guys aware of your so I'll just clear out of here.
With your handheld, what power setting do you have to work with this so that you don't blow it?
I usually put it on low, like the S1 or whatever it is, the SO1, which is 100 milliwatts or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. If I'm a little further away, then I can pump it up to 2 or 3 watts. But within this close range, I just use
Use these.
the minimum,
Super low.
right,
Now,
with it.
Can I ask
Yeah.
a question about you're using the handheld here.
Right.
In the previous application, you could go with a headset. You didn't need to.
That's correct.
Can you do that with the DV4? Can you just go with a headset without a handheld?
No, the thing is, this is only strictly for additional radios. You can't plug in another headset and work this without a radio, because this is your transmitter with it here. With the dongle, you can, because there's no transmitter with it. It's the dongle here. Now that
Plus
DV,
the dongle has the vocoder in it, whereas this doesn't. Your radio has the vocoder.
That's right.
Oh, I see, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's why you have to have the radio.
That's right. Yeah, yeah, it works with the radio. So what I did, not with this item here, though you could if you put your laptop on the back seat, I got one of these AT&T US, what they call Go hotspots, right? You can get them in Canada. Rogers has them, Bell Mobility, whatever. And I go to the local Walmart or wherever I am in the States and buy one of these $25 cards, which now gives me 3 gigs of for 90 days off this thing. The usage on the data is so minimal. I talked all the way from Florida down I-75 from here in Sault Ste. Marie right down to Florida at Christmas time, going through what we call the DV Mega. DV Mega is another hotspot, very similar to this. I'll just quickly show you. Maybe you could get the lights for a second. And so DV Mega, this is strictly DSTAR. It's not. So what happens with this? This is what it looks like. It's a Raspberry Pi connected into a little board. You screw the rubber ducky on it. I use one of these cords, plugs into the side, plugs into the cigarette lighter. You've probably seen these type of adapters. It's got the USB on one end with the cigarette lighter. So you plug that into here, plug this into your cigarette lighter, and now you've got a hotspot in your car. It connects to the reflectors or that with it, and basically what happens is when you connect with this, I use my mobile radio. I don't even bother with the handheld. I put to a simplex frequency, 5 watts out of the antenna on the roof of the car into this sitting on my console inside the car with me. Works perfect. It doesn't overload the front end or anything on it. And now I was able, through having this hotspot running right beside it, because it's got a Wi-Fi dongle thing like that. So having this little device sitting on my console, I've now got full access to all the DSTAR repeaters, DSTAR reflectors, and everything. So basically you don't need DSTAR repeaters or that around. Now with this device over here that you see, this does the same thing basically. What it does is, I'll show you, I will work it off. So we just plug that into here. Oh, no, wrong jack. Make sure, oh, where is it here? I know I got it around here someplace. Yes. That goes there. And plug into, I've got a portable battery here. So now the screen comes on. What you'll see here in a second is basically, this is all of this that you saw with the laptop and the DV4 Mini into this device here. Okay, so what it does, it's loading up the program. Of course, you're not going to see it from this, but I'll pass it around, and it's going to pick up off my cell phone here. Just takes a second to load. So it's loading up there now. Come on. Okay, so it's loading up the so now it's connected. This is what's using here. You'll see the little red dot at the bottom. I'll pass this around and take that with it. And so I'm connected to the reflector now, and so I'm working off that. I don't need the computer or anything. That can sit on my my dash in my car or in my console, and now I've got full DSTAR connectivity right along the highway with that little device
Oh,
there.
this is to your,
This is to my cell phone here off the internet.
KP3, PCY, WA1,
And of course his call sign, everything is scrolling across the screen here with it. So that's the technology that's out there today. And that's about a $300 and some odd device. It's a little bit more expensive than just getting the dongle there, but
Very good.
you know.
So are
who
you,
sells the DV4 Mini?
like
The
me,
DV4 Mini, a place called Holdings, Wireless Holdings.
get out,
Oh, okay.
on amateur radio, are you permitted a large antenna, or are you restricted to the digital stuff
Wireless.
that we're using right now in terms of being able to put up an antenna and get out? Right now,
This is it, called Wireless Holdings. And there's the DV4 Mini there.
some mobile,
Uh,
some
it's going for $129.
That's American?
That's American, yeah. So you can sometimes see it on sale, but I mean, to get into C4 FM, like with that you know, program itself, like you can switch. I mean, right now you need
So to see how the equipment will work from far away with 3 simplex reader.
but if you want to go to DMR, here's, let me just connect first. Oh, okay, maybe, okay, oops. Maybe because I've got two systems on the go here. Maybe interfering.
Years ago, Katrina or
Okay, so it's trying to connect. Once the red connects, now I'm connected. So now I'm on. So now I'm on this system here.
You guys have radio, or it's local, you know, or having damage that they will have to fix and correct.
Because I'm using the same frequency. That's what C4 FM or DSTAR sounds like on a Yaesu radio, because it's got different codec chip, right? So anyway, but so let's say I wanted to go to, I just disconnect from here, go to DMR. Well, it's not going to let me connect because of the system there. Anyway, not sure what's happening, but you can go to DMR. You can go to the other modes there.
What have you found on DMR?
I don't have a DMR radio, so
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. It's just a hotspot.
it's just yeah. So I don't know what's going on there. I was tempted to buy a DMR radio, but as you can see, I'm already up to my yin yang and all this shit. So
Well, there's some Chinese ones. There's a Chinese one R&L sells for about $109.
yeah, I know they're not that expensive down there, for sure. But anyway, oh, one last thing before we let you go. For those that are into DSTAR, no, that's not what I want. Right here. Okay, Ramesh has the latest linking tool into your repeater, the VA3 SNR repeater. So the thing is, you don't need to set up control channels on your radio for linking, unlinking. You can do it that way, of course, but here is a very simple way of going around it. So if you want to link to an REF reflector, all right, let me just go over here. Knock your camera over there. Clumsy like a bull in a trench shot. Okay, so if you want to go to an REF reflector over here, what you need to do is you look at the reflector that you want to link to. So you can set up at your call channel REF 001CL, right? port C, and L for Lincoln. However, if you want to do it with DTMF, what you do is the asterisk, okay, equals REF reflectors. So you hit asterisk, the reflector number 001, and 01 is for A, 02 is for B, and 03 is for C. So, if I want to connect to it, I'm on my CQ channel on VA3 SNR C on repeater 1, VA3 SNR G on repeater 2. So I have that in my handheld. All I need to do is go to the DMF. Now on a 51, it's a little difficult to do that because you don't have a DTMF. You have to go into the pre-programmed things and bring up a file and then press the button and it will send you DTMF. But if you've got, a lot of you got 80s, you're able to do that. So what you do is you hit asterisk for REF, 001 for reflector 1, and so the asterisk stands for REF, 001, and rather than putting a C, you put 03, and that will connect. Now, if you want to disconnect from any repeater or any reflector, all you do is hit 73, like you do on the IRLP, and it'll automatically disconnect that way. If I want to go to an XRF reflector, okay, XRF uses the pound sign. So you use the pound, and if we wanted to go to XRF 005B, then it's pound 00502 for the B. And if you want to use the DCS reflectors, well, it's easy. It's just D, and then the reflector number, and what's this? 11. I'm not sure what the one stands for.
That's
It
okay.
should be 01. 006K. Okay, so here's D00602.
Okay,
Yes,
it's 11.
K, I don't know. Well, I don't use DCS reflectors, so I'm not sure. It must be a different one.
You don't have to key. You don't have to key up to connect. It connects automatic.
Yeah, you just hit the DTMF
Oh.
phones and
Yeah,
link
that makes
connect.
sense.
Okay.
That makes
And
sense,
then
because J would be 10, and then K would be 11,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So I guess if they have more than
Is this a recent?
So you can have more than,
what's that?
Is it a recent update? Because I know it was
Well,
only the
it's-
XRF we were working for a while, but
Right. Well, apparently, from what they tell me, yeah, it should be working on all the systems. That's what Ramesh tells me there. So, thank you, sir. So, anyway, I do have the System Fusion, but it's after 9. I know it's late, and that with it. Maybe some other time I can come back. I can do the System Fusion information for you. It is a great mode, but you guys are just getting involved in DSTAR. My club was about ready to lynch me when I suggested System Fusion and that, so I'm not going to come and do it right now. But there is a new repeater coming out recently. Just to quickly show you some of the System Fusion, I'll just quickly go through this. Takes 2 seconds. So here are some of the latest radios that are out there. Over here they got the FT1 handheld, and then the new one, which is the FT2 all touchscreen. That's the one I have here. You're welcome to come up and have a look at it. The FTM 400, which is this unit here, the 991, and then of course the DX1 repeater. At Dayton they announced they've got the DX2 that is out. There is a video that you can watch with it. They talk about superior performance because it uses 12.5 instead of 6.25 that DSTAR uses. So the System Fusion audio is twice that of DSTAR. It's got some other areas designed for amateur radio, of course. They listened to the market carefully and studied. Yaesu did a lot of thought in this before DSTAR came out, that's why. And and Fusion Analog, it does both at the same time with it. And it does very similar. It's got automatic mode select, so it doesn't matter If you have a system fusion radio, you're in your vehicle or at home, whatever comes across the radio, that's what you're going to hear. If it's FM or it's C4 FM, it'll automatically switch it for you. And it just shows you some of the multi-modes of communication. It's got the latest digital group monitoring, so if you have a whole group, everybody's call sign pops up, and it shows you the distance if you're going to get out of range of a repeater, or if you're using simplex when you get on the fringe. Your orange line starts to disappear, and it tells you how far distance you are from one another. It has a built-in camera. You can take pictures here for stuff like CanWarn presentations, or if you have a CanWarn emergency net, somebody could be in their car, take a picture from the camera microphone, and all of a sudden over everybody's radio you get the picture that pops up here. It's got full GPS coordinations, which show you the distance that you are from the other station. It shows you the compass headings, direction, etc. with it. And it's got a backtrack, so if you go out someplace, it will show you how to get back to find your way home with it. The DX1 or DR1X repeater does both FM analog and C4 FM. Some of the features with it, additional features, I won't go into this, but they really thought it out. They've got the Wires X, now the new DRX2 repeater. You don't need the wires. You just plug the internet directly into the repeater. You don't need a computer at the web or at the tower site or anything like that. It connects immediately. So the DR2X here at the bottom is coming in the fall of 2016. So and they're going to have an introductory service for it, similar to they did with the DR1X, which was a $500. So that's coming up, and there's going to be updates for existing people that have the DR1X. So, and that's a little bit about that.
So
Okay.